Hello, my name is Dr. Lauren Buono. I work at Anna Shaw Children's Institute and I'm a pediatric neuropsychologist. Essentially, what that means is I do comprehensive batteries of cognitive and developmental tests to explore children's functioning. Today, I'm going to be talking to you about maintaining routines during the holidays. Holiday breaks are an exciting time, and it's a really welcome change from the typical schedule that we live on a weekly basis. But when routines are not maintained during holidays, it can actually be a disruptive time for children. Today, I'm going to be sharing the most important areas for structuring during holiday time off that will allow for an easier transition back to school. Rules and routines might feel restrictive, but the primary goal is actually to enjoy the holiday. And we know as parents and as professionals that when we keep home life consistent and dependable, it will help your child and therefore you enjoy the holidays. There are some important areas for routine, and we're going to touch on 5 of them. One area is sleep, where the importance lies in maintaining bedtime rituals and sleep routines. Another area is meals and snacks, where it is ideal to try to maintain meal and snack schedules as possible. Homework and school projects often don't end even during holiday time, and it's important to plan ahead for homework. Planned activities are also really critical during holiday time. We need to remember that children's school days are active and highly scheduled. And so you need to plan for activities at home, both indoor and outdoor. Screen time is an ever present issue at all times with children, but especially during holiday time when there is a lot of downtime and children may be left to amuse themselves. We need to make sure that we limit screen time. We're going to drill down in these areas and talk a little bit more. In the area of sleep, it's important before the holiday to set the expectation that bedtimes will be maintained. Even if guests are coming in town or you are traveling and spending time with cousins and family, try to emphasize that good sleep actually makes for a better holiday for everyone and that this is not a punitive limit. We know that adequate sleep regulates children's attention skills, their memory skills, their general mood and temperament, and their behavior. So it's important to keep the sleep routines that regularly work for you in your weekly life and to maintain the bedtime rituals in terms of bath time, snack time, bedtime, book time, and lights out time. It is best during holidays to try to stay within 1 hour of bedtime. Of course, it is understandable that bedtimes may vary to some degree during holidays, but if you stay within 1 hour of bedtime, then you don't have too much time to try to back out of in order to get back to school. When traveling, it's important, especially for young children, to bring their comfort items, items such as a lovey, a pillow, or a blanket, to help make even places away from home feel more like home. In terms of meals and snacks, it's important to try to maintain meals and snacks as they would typically be eaten during regular weeks. It's really easy, especially if children sleep in, to start skipping breakfast or to even skip other meals of the day because there might be a large family meal planned for late afternoon. If this is the case, do your best to plan ahead and have snacks available prior to meals if the meals are occurring at off times. This is important for helping to maintain children's hunger level so that they don't become hangry. It's important, certainly, to avoid excess sugar and caffeine. It's also really important to limit sodas. These kinds of drinks may be more easily available during holiday time because they're purchased and available for guests and family visiting, and therefore young children may grab them. When you are exploring a holiday time in terms of food, there will be sweets of the season. And it's okay, of course, for your children to enjoy these as they are part of the holiday experience. But your goal is to balance out the sweets of the season with fruit and other healthy options during other times of the day. So, one thing that you could do is allow your child a limited number of treats per day during the holiday season, and then let them choose when to enjoy them. Of course, it will be beneficial for you to run down what the options might be in the course of the day so they can make really wise choices. Emphasize that when you make limits about things like sugar, caffeine, sodas, and sweets, that you're focusing on staying healthy and you're emphasizing that this is not a punishment. Of course, in all things, moderation is key, but we want children to enjoy the foods and treats that come with holidays. In terms of homework and school projects, it's not uncommon for larger projects to be assigned, especially for older children over longer holiday breaks. It's important to ask in advance what is due and when, and help your older child estimate the amount of time that is needed to complete these tasks. Help your child break the task into manageable chunks and plan this work time into the holiday around family events so they won't feel like they're missing anything. It's important to help them feel good about completing parts of the task and emphasize the positive feelings of working toward a goal. Help monitor progress so the child will easily be completed with the task as it nears the end of the holiday. In terms of planned activities, because we discussed how important it is to schedule the holiday days, we know that physical activity is critical and is regularly scheduled into a school day. Physical activity helps children pay attention, it helps them listen, it helps them sleep well. Games like soccer, kickball, or wiffle ball outside, going on walks or short hikes, visiting playgrounds, even perhaps new playgrounds that you have to drive some distance to that might be exciting for them, riding bikes in the neighborhood, or possibly renting bikes on a trail. These are all activities that you can do together as a family that will give them some outlet. On days where the weather is not excellent or perhaps it's cold, go swimming in an indoor pool, go bowling, or play at some type of indoor play zone. You can also engage in more active games of cards, charades, and heads up. Heads up happens to be a favorite game in my home. You can engage in holiday crafts. Children can make place cards, they can make table decorations, or they can engage in holiday baking activities. Have a make your own omelet morning, a make your own sandwich lunch, or a make your own pizza night to add some interest into meals during the holiday time. Remember that activity time is quality family interaction time, and try to use daily activities that all can engage in. This final bullet point is one that I think is really important, and that is try to plan your own adult tasks related to cleaning the house, decorating, shopping, and cooking by prepping as much as possible in advance. When you prep in advance, this allows you to be present and involved during the holiday. And this makes children feel like you are available to them when they have this kind of special free time during the holiday. Screen time, as I mentioned, is an ever-present issue for monitoring for children. There are really important guidelines that are available on the American Academy of Pediatrics website, as well as commonsensemedia.org. But it's especially important during holiday time to limit the amount of independent play that they spend on their tablet or their game systems. They may be left alone for longer periods of time to amuse themselves, and this type of time is not interactive and not necessarily that enjoyable. They may become more easily bored, and then this can also often lead to some behavioral acting out. Be sure to turn off screens 1 hour before bedtime. This is a general guideline because we know that exposure to blue light interferes with sleep onset. When it comes to holiday specials, look ahead in the TV guide or the cable guide And choose in advance which holiday specials your family would like to enjoy and place them on a family calendar. It's wonderful to watch holiday specials together instead of just using it as a time for your child to watch TV. This way, you can discuss the story and the lessons learned, but you can also discuss what that holiday special may have meant to you over the years if you enjoyed it when you were a child. Most importantly, when you manage the holiday well by maintaining some of the routines that we discussed, this will make the transition back to school much easier. Here are some other things that you can do to help make this transition work well. Mark the first day back to school on a household calendar that is visible, especially to younger children. Begin to adjust the sleep to the typical bedtime, 15 to 20 minutes earlier per night. Therefore, if you allowed your children to go to sleep approximately 1 hour later than usual, it may take as many as 3 to 4 nights to get them back on schedule. You can help your children solidify the memory of the holiday by looking at pictures that were taken during the break and talking about the memories that were made with families, various activities, and various meal experiences. You can have younger children draw a picture that they can then share with their teacher. Make positive comments and reflect on the time that you spend together as a family. And begin talking about routines like getting backpacks ready and talking about seeing friends to help prepare them and increase their eagerness to return to the school routine. Overall, the best gift we can give to our children is a really enjoyable holiday. And that includes maintaining our own balance, our own sense of calm, and helping them focus on the special meaning of holidays. It's important that we don't let the hectic activities of a holiday or a special meal become the center stage. Be intentional about creating memories, and your children will remember them. Make your holidays meaningful this season. Thanks.